Hi guys, it's me Yogi Sam, and today we are going to do a fun, energizing, feel-good yoga practice. I've been feeling a little slum, a little bit dull in the head lately, and I really just want to get fun and creative and energized on the mat, explore some new things about myself and about my body. And if that sounds good to you, then get ready and meet me on the mat and let's have some fun. We are going to begin this fun practice by, creating a dance, a step, a walk of your own to the front of your mat. You can even do a little spin in between. You can do a shuffle. You can even shuffle back. Just have a little bit of fun. Oh geez, I live in South Central, so I don't know if you can hear, but there's been helicopters, ambulances, police sirens, it's motorcycles who would just want to rev their engine. It's loud out here, but good thing I got this cool microphone. Okay, so once you've finished your dancing and you are up at the top of your mat, we're gonna take a big inhale to reach down to come up. Inhale, rise to the top, stretch your arms, full body stretch here. Stretch the palms wide, grasp something, claw at it up ahead. Pretend like you're grabbing this huge rope overhead or something like that. You're reaching for the monkey bars. Maybe you come up on your tippy toes also. And you hold it here, full body stretch. Inhale in, exhale. We rest our arms at our sides in mountain pose. Good, we're gonna do that twice more. Inhale, reach down to come up. Rise all the way to the top, full body stretch. Stretch those arms wide, stretch the palms, the fingertips, reach for something. Maybe you smile. And exhale, we bring our arms to our side. Shake it out that time. This time, for our last one, we're going to spread our feet wider than hip width apart. Reach down to come up. Inhale, rise all the way up, and now we are going to stretch in a wide star pose, feeling those legs, those toes come off the mat and grabbing the ground, grabbing the sky, the air, holding onto it. Smile or open your mouth wide. A very taking up space posture. Very wide stretch, full body stretch. Nice. Relax it down. Good. Shake it out, shake it out. We're going to move immediately into some stretching. Inhale in, we're going to sweep the arms around, swim the arms around, grab the right ankle, pull it into a nice quad stretch here. Inhale into that quad, inhale into this right hip flexor. This is called the hip flexor, where your hip is. So when we pull this, we want to squeeze into that hip flexor, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the butt, pull that thigh, the quad down so we can feel the muscle stretching to its full capacity. Inhale, we lift the chest. Bring your thumb to your chest if that helps you remind yourself, to keep your chest up. Inhale in, exhale. We switch, pull the right knee through towards front, grab it with our hands, clasp it, and we're gonna slowly pull up with our breath towards our heart. You don't have to pull super hard right now. We're just gonna feel ankle mobility right now. Practice some ankle mobility. So rotate your foot right a little bit in a circle, then switch and do it to the left side a little bit in a circle. And then once you feel nice and loose in the ankle, take a nice exhale, let everything out. And inhale, we're gonna squeeze our knee towards our heart. Squeeze, 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 lift, lift, lift. Keep that chest lifted. Squeeze the glute to help keep your balance. Inhale, look up. Exhale, we plant the right knee. Shift onto that right leg. Plant the right foot. Shift onto the right leg. And we're going to swim our arms back around to grab our left ankle. Same thing here, quad stretch. Dig into those hip flexors. Think you want to make your hip flexor shine towards the sky. That's how much we want to extend the quad. So by doing this, we're pulling the quad down, and then we're actively bringing our heel up towards our knee, our glute. So we just feel that quad stretching as much as it possibly can. This is a fantastic stretch. We keep our chest lifted, our hearts lifted. We inhale, we look up, and exhale, we pull our leg through our fronts, grab that knee, and rotate the ankle to the left in a circle, then to the right in the circle. Keep inhaling here. Exhale when you feel nice and comfortable, and on your next inhale in, we're going to squeeze that knee towards the heart as much as we can, squeezing into the right glute, the right thigh, to help keep our balance, using our core, lifting our chest towards the sky, engaging the muscles of the back. Breathe in and exhale. We're gonna plant it down. Nice. Just from here, we're going to feel the ankles out, feel the calves out, stretch the feet a little bit. So come onto your toes and see how your foot's doing, your ankle's doing. Roll it out a little bit, stretch it out. Good. And when you're ready, bring your feet back to that a little bit further than hip width apart. Kind of make them turn out, so like duck posture, or like ballerina first position, but wider so it doesn't hurt. Inhale, we reach down to come up. Another full body stretch here, and exhale, we're going to sink into a yogic squat. So that means we're going to come all the way down and through to a yogic squat. Here, we're trying to plant our heels. Don't let those heels come up. If you need to, if you can't do this position without your heels coming up, that is fine, but we're working to bring our heels on the ground. We are actively spreading our legs wide, using those glutes to push those knees out. And to help, we are going to put our hands in Anjali Mudra, hands together at the heart, and use our elbows to guide those knees out further, feeling a deep hip stretch here, engaging the core to elongate the spine, breathing into the belly, and exhale completely. Find something new. Inhale in, breathe into the belly. Exhale, imagine you're breathing out some fire. Fire from your belly. Inhale in again, and one more time, let it go. Let that fire spray from your mouth. Nice. When you're ready, we will come back onto the palms and step it back into a downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet here, just like we did in standing, but now you're gonna feel a lot deeper of a calf stretch, which is amazing. Make sure your hands are rotating a little bit outward, so our inner elbow points are facing the front of our mat. They're facing forward. Good. Keep pedaling it out. Feel each muscle lengthen with each movement. Feel what's tight. Notice what's going on in your body. Keep breathing deeply into the belly and exhaling completely. When you're ready, inhale the left leg, left heel up, square those hips, squeeze the glute. We don't want to be too out wide here. We want a nice even hip level. Inhale, lift a little bit higher, and exhale. Reel the knee in towards your heart. Keep it there, hover, 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 and finally bring your left leg through your arms. Nice. Inhale, we come into a low lunge. Bring the arms forward, up and back. Low lunge here. Bend the left leg to help bring your center underneath you. So bend that left leg to help bring that center underneath you. Think about the hip flexors here again. Hip flexors are so important in our postures to help get our center underneath us and stretch the parts that need to be stretched. And then slowly we will work towards straightening that back leg, keeping that hip flexor stretch here. Inhale, bring the arms up. Maybe come up on those tippy toes. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist to your right side. It's gonna feel a little awkward, a little bit weird. This movement comes from the core. This is a twist. You could also feel it in your hip flexors, both of your hips actually. Inhale, hold it a little bit longer. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, bring it back to center. Reach up, same thing, and exhale, pivot on that back foot. We're gonna come into a warrior two. Nice, good job guys. Stick with it here. Inhale, reach the palm around, facing up. Reach forward, up and back as we move into a peaceful warrior. Warrior three. Keep that left knee on top of the ankle, not in front of the toes though. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, we roll it all the way forward into a side angle stretch. So we can place our arms, our left arm on the ground here if that feels good. You can hover it over the ground or rest it on your thigh, whatever feels best for you. Inhale, look towards that right arm, reach up. Exhale, we plant it right next to the left foot. Inhale, lift the left arm all the way up and move into a twist. Oh, sink into that left hip here, really opening wide, feel it in our core. Inhale, breathe into the belly. Exhale, we frame the foot, plant the palms, and step it back into downward facing dog. Good, pedal out those legs, stretch the legs. On your next inhale, we will lift the right heel up, square those hips, squeeze the glute. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, squeeze a little bit higher, and on your next exhale, we'll bring the knee in towards the heart. Hover it here, squeeze the heel to the glute. Hover, hover, hover. And on your exhale, we will bring it finally through our arms, through the gates of our arms. And on your next inhale, we will bring our arms forward, up and back into a low lunge, bending that left leg to help bring our center underneath us. Bring those hip points to shine towards the sky, not the ground. And slowly, in time, we work on straightening that back leg. Inhale, we reach the arms up, come up on those tippy toes of the back leg, the left leg, and exhale, we twist to the right side? Did I say right side on the left side? Twist to our right side. Inhale in, exhale, find a deeper twist coming from the core. If you fall, I know this posture is pretty hard, but stick with it. We're only here for a second. Inhale, bring it back to center, come back up on those toes, and exhale, pivot on the back foot. We will meet in warrior two. Nice. Ooh, take a breath. Breathe for a second. Fix your posture if you need to, fix your stance. A tip here is we don't want to be on a parallel line here because that doesn't really help with balance. It makes us really off balance. So to help, something that you can do is, look at your feet and make sure one's a little more to the right, one's a little more to the left to help maintain your balance. Whew. All right, we're here. Our knees are trying to be in a 90-degree angle over our ankle. Inhale, flip the right palm, reach forward, up and back, and come into a peaceful warrior. Stretch it all the way back, look behind you. Inhale and exhale, we roll it into our side angle posture, keeping our hand on the floor, hovering, or all the way resting on our knee. Breathe deeply here. Inhale, look up, stretch up, exhale. We replace the right palm with the left and immediately move into our twist on the right side, lifting that right arm up towards the sky, peeling that right hip crease back into space. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, plant the palms, frame the foot, and meet me in downward facing dog. Nice, amazing, good job. Slow with control. First, we're going to come back and make the ideal downward dog posture as much as we can. So we're going to, our hands are in front of our shoulders. They're a little bit rotated externally. Our elbow points are shining towards the front of our mat. Our heads, our necks are relaxing. We could shake a little bit yes, a little bit no here. Our heels are reaching towards the ground. Our heart's melting towards our thighs. If you can't reach your heels all the way down or straighten your legs, just bend them, This is practice here. We're working with time to make the ideal postures that we want, but it takes time and practice, so don't beat yourself up. Inhale, breathe into that belly, and exhale, slow and controlled. We're going to descend the knees onto the mat. Nice. Good. Once we get there, touch the big toes together, bring the knees as wide as the yoga mat, and we're going to come into an extended child's pose here. Stretching the arms out in front of us, reaching them forward, planting our foreheads on the mat, and breathing deeply into our hips and into our bellies. In through the nose and out through the mouth. This child's pose is a very, very special posture because you get to just be with yourself. And this is a very internalized posture. You're looking inward in this posture. You got your belly. Your belly is on your thighs and close to your heart. So we're really doing some inner work in this child's pose. You're connecting to your inner child and relaxing all the stressors in your life at this moment. You're not thinking about them. You're thinking about you and who you are in child's pose. So while we're here and we're talking to ourselves and we're thinking to ourselves, we want to say something nice to ourselves. So if you will, say it with me. Just say, hey, you. Yeah, you. Me? Yeah, you. I love you. And then you can say something back like, oh, I love you too. Thank you, me. You're welcome. Or you can say hey, you do so much. You deserve a break. Or I appreciate all your hard work. I appreciate everything you do for me, body. Thank you for being there, always. So, yeah, whisper some sweet nothings to yourself in this child's pose as we breathe deeply and meditate on what we said. We'll give you a few more moments. Always come back to the breath. Even if your mind is running, your breath maintains the same. Your mind may be going fast, but your breath can be controlled. Mind, maybe not so much. Breath, yes. On your next inhale in, we will lift our heads, slowly lift our chins, look up. Imagine you're a little cat pushing a ball of yarn with its nose as you look up, and you make your way into a tabletop position. Nice. Same arm rotation here, same hand rotation here as we did in the downward facing dog. So our palms are a little bit rotated out so that our inner elbow points can shine towards the front of our mat, shine in front of us. So here, as we're in this tabletop, just start by swaying the hips one side and then the other. Maybe you can make a little U shape with your hips. Really get into it, and you can incorporate the breath with this too. So maybe inhale on one side and then exhale as you move to the next. Oh, my hips just popped. Inhale one side, come up, around, and through. Exhale, let it go on the next. This one I find is so good for the hips. This movement, this soft, easy movement. We're not rushing anything. We're not brutally moving our bodies through this posture. We're just finding soft, easy movement, a little bit left and right with the hips. Maybe you can reverse that U if you were doing the U like I was. and start from the back or the front, depending. Reverse it. Breathe deeply into the belly. We love those big belly breaths because it detoxifies our intestines. All right, when you're ready, find stillness, and we are going to be moving through cat-cow. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the chin, the chest, open the chest, cow pose. Exhale, we reach our navels up towards our spine, arch our backs, arch our spines, reach the head, the neck down and forward, push up through the shoulder blades, cat pose. Inhale, reverse down, bring our bellies down, open wide, accept the energy in this position. And exhale, we move into cat pose, which is more of a closed off position, but really a stretch in the back. Exhale, exhale, empty everything out. And inhale, switch into cow pose. When we're breathing in these positions, we are trying to fill our bellies with as much breath in on the inhale in cow pose, and then empty, empty, empty everything out, 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 until we can't breathe anymore on the cat pose. Exhale. And then you keep going and you move with your breath. So as much as you can inhale in, you're in cow pose. As much as you can inhale out, you're in cat pose until you have to breathe in again, and then you move into cow. And then exhale into cat. So move with the sound of your own breath here. As we do this spinal flexion, really stretching the muscles of the spine, the muscles around the spine in the back and the core muscles in the front. This is so good for you. Okay, when you're ready, meet me in a flat back position here. We are going to be doing a hovering table. Woo! So come up onto your toes, flex those toes, bring those toes underneath your feet, and we're going to lift our knees just hovering above our mat in this, I guess, makeshift cat pose. Like imagine you're embodying cat, but you're not actually, like hunching over too much. We're just pushing up and out into a hovering table, engaging the core, using the core muscles to help propel us up. Try and shift more into your front body here, not into your back, so that our core really takes over in this position. Breathe with me, 3 breaths. 1, inhale, exhale. 2, inhale, exhale. And 3, in, and on the exhale, we slowly descend the knees back down. Good. From here, we're going to cross the ankles behind us, and then just fall into a seated, cross-legged seat. You're coming to the center of your mat, facing forward like me, facing sideways, I guess. And we are going to start by bringing our left leg out and reaching for those toes with the left hand first. And then we're going to bring our right arm around from our side, from our right side. We touch the ground. We bring it up and overhead like we're a rainbow reaching towards the pot of gold, which is our foot. And then eventually we touch our toes and we roll to have our hearts face our knees. That is the goal. Forehead towards the knee, heart towards the knee. Big breath in. Feel that belly rise on the thigh. And exhale. Let it go. Inhale. Feel that side body stretch in the low right side of your back. Oh, it feels so good. And exhale. Let it go. When you're ready, we'll walk the hands up, walk ourselves back to center. Bring the right leg out. So we're in this side split position. And we're just gonna walk our hands as much as we can, as far as we can in front of us. Inhale in, try and create a flat back position. You can either flex or point the toes here. It depends on you actually, but just make sure they're active. You know, we don't want any relaxed toes here because that could really hurt our knees. So we want active feet, either pointed or flexed, as we walk our hands in front of us, reaching our sit bones down towards the ground so they don't come up and, you know, you're not getting the full benefits of every stretch and posture, which is so important. Like, why are you doing yoga if you're not even gonna do it right? Inhale, in here, flat back maybe. Exhale, we roll all the way forward, relax the head down, relax the back, maybe come onto the forearms. And we stretch as much as we can. I really want to be able to do splits, so maybe we'll do some split practice today. Breathe deeply here. And on your next inhale, we'll walk our hands all the way back up. Tuck that left leg in and reach towards your right foot with that right hand. Grab those toes, hello toes, maybe tickle them a little bit. I don't know if your foot ticklish. I'm not ticklish. Fun fact, I'm not ticklish. Inhale, bring the left hand behind you, touching the ground, sweeping it from the ground like a rainbow all the way overhead to touch the right toes. Oh, feel that side body stretch at first, opening your heart towards the sky, and slowly we will work to bring our heart towards our knee, over our knee, forehead to touch the knee if we are lucky. If we're lucky, but like that's the goal. So work towards getting your forehead towards your knee. Breathe into the part where it's stretching. You feel it. I know you feel it in that lower left side of our backs. This is really good for people who sit down a lot. So like I'm gonna just say all students, my fellow students, this posture is so great for you, and it really helps release the tension of the low back, especially since you sit down in class in those really uncomfortable chairs all day. Breathe into that side body and exhale. Roll it all the way back up. Oh yeah. Oh, that's the good stuff. And we're just going to, well, first, before we come onto our backs, we're just going to practice. This is called fire log legs. So we put our left leg, our right leg on our left leg, on our left knee-ish, thigh-ish. And we active toes here. We want to protect those knees always. We're just going to let gravity do the work, or, you know, like gravity doesn't do the work for me anymore. So I have to rest my arm on that right side of on my right knee to let my leg slowly descend closer towards my left foot. So we're trying to basically fold each leg on top of each other. So I always thought this position was really cool. And my hips are just so tight that it's been really difficult to get the correct form, the correct posture, or like the most relaxed posture. So this is like the max of what I can do, which is a long way from where I started, which was like this. So I know if you're a beginner, you're probably like this, like, oh, I can't even put my leg over my right leg over my left leg, which is fine. Like, you can also just practice by grabbing the leg, the calf here, all the way to the knee, from the foot to the knee, and just practice with like holding it in towards your body, carry it like a baby, and then eventually you can rest it on your leg and work towards breathing in this posture to create space in our hips. So I think that's the coolest part about this posture, is your breath really does the work here to help expand all of the tightness in your hips and in your hips. Just create space in your hips, which as a female, I think that's really important, to have space in our hips, because we have a lot of hip problems due to menstrual cycles, blah blah blah, misogynist science that they haven't done enough research on because no one cares. Maybe I'll edit that part out. I don't know. Maybe I don't care. But yeah, women have a lot of tightness in their hips due to their biology. So it's really important for us to always make sure we have as much space as we can in our hips. Nice. Once you're like, you're killing me, I stopped a long time ago. Sure, but I didn't. So if you're ready, we're gonna switch, put the left leg on top of the right. Notice the difference here. My left leg is like a million times tighter than my right. What the heck? It hurts. And flex those toes. It doesn't really hurt. Breathe into this posture. Let gravity do the work as you are trying to get your knee to touch your foot, your left knee to touch your right foot. Breathe deeply, filling that belly up to, actually, we're not trying to fill the belly up in this specific posture. Here we're trying to have that directional breath to direct our breath towards our hips so that somehow the air we breathe in helps expand our body and the tight areas that we feel. So this is a very tactical breath, and for me, like imagining my air go to my hips helps so much. So just try that. Try that directional breath, breathing into your hips specifically here. Feeling them expand on the inhale and maybe sink a little deeper, finding something new, finding more space on the exhale. Look, I mean, I've already improved greatly from that. A few more breaths here. One more big inhale in and exhale. Let it go. Nice. Oh, feels amazing. Okay, when you're ready, we're gonna meet on we're gonna almost come to our backs here. But first we're just gonna start by bringing our knees down to one side. So like this is the left knee. Just fold it in towards center and then bring the right knee out. You could even cross the right foot over the left knee if you want a deeper stretch here. This is great because we just did like a lot of external hip movements. So this is some internal opposition to really help expand hip mobility. Inhale, bring it back to center, and exhale, we'll slowly descend the legs to the other side, crossing the left leg over the right knee, bringing our chest up, opening that heart towards center, inhaling into our hips, and exhaling, finding something new, sinking a little bit deeper. One last big belly breath in. And on the exhale, meet me back in center. And what you can do if you really liked that is you can keep moving like back and forth like this until you bring your legs to stretch all the way out in front of you, and then come up onto your backs in corpse pose. Nice. Shake the legs, windshield wiper the legs back and forth. Amazing. On your inhale, we're going to bring the knee up, grab that knee, squeeze it towards our chest. Bring it out wide first, out to your outer armpit, in towards the armpit, towards the heart now, and roll it all the way over to our side. Shift the hips towards the center of the mat and come into a nice supine twist. Look towards your right arm, stretch it out far, wide. And breathe deeply into the belly here. Detoxifying, massaging the internal organs. Giving them a good massage because, they deserve it. And relaxing deeper. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exchange the right knee with the left. Grab the left knee in towards your heart. Then bring it out towards your armpit, out towards your side, in towards your armpit, in towards your heart, and around all the way to the side. Shift your hips to be more in the center. And come into that supine twist. Inhale, breathe into this belly, into your left chest right here, the open side. Exhale, look towards your left palm. Feel that twist. This is amazing for the spine, amazing for the internal organs. breathe into the belly. And on the exhale, we'll meet back into center. And we're gonna grab the outside of our feet, pull them wide, pull our legs wide into a happy baby. We are shining our hoo-has towards the sun. We're putting sun where the sun don't shine. And we are stretching, we are kicking our feet actively out and pulling them in. This is the opposition that I was telling you about earlier. This is the opposite, another opposing movement. We're kicking our feet out and pulling our legs back into our bodies with our arms as they are on our feet. We are stretching our tailbone, lengthening our tailbone down, trying to get our tailbone to touch the ground, and keeping our backs on the ground. And you could find a soft, easy movement here. Again, this is a huge hip opener. You could even grab your big toes with your index and pointer finger and try and feel this like slingshot effect, which is you pulling yourself in and actively pushing yourself out. And then sway and breathe into your belly. We're only here for a few seconds. A few more breaths. And when you're ready, we'll bring the knees together, slowly descend our feet down to the ground. And it's up to you, yogi's choice here. You could bring your legs out long and end in Shavasana, corpse pose. Or you can come into a cobbler's pose if you want more deep hip. Apparently this is a hip-focused yoga practice. So this is deep hip stuff here. And come into a reclined cobbler's pose, bringing your feet to touch together and bringing the knees out wide and letting gravity do the work to stretch the hips. And this is where we'll end today. We will, wherever you are, bring the left hand on your heart. Right? Yeah, that's what, left hand towards your heart. Left hand on your heart, right hand on your belly. Feel your heart beat in your hand. Feel your belly rise and fall on the inhale and exhale. You are alive. You are a beautiful human being, and you are alive and breathing and moving and doing all these amazing things. Appreciate yourself. Give yourself a nice rub on the heart and rub on the belly. Inhale in and exhale, relax. Relax deep into this posture. Take a few cycles of breath here on your own. You can stay here as long as you like, pause the video, enjoy, relax. Or you can finish with me, bringing our palms together, thumbs towards the third eye. Feel, oh, my forehead's hot and my palms are cool. Feel the temperate difference between your body parts. Inhale lots of love in, and exhale lots of love out while we whisper namaste. Thank you guys for joining me in this little fun, hip-focused yoga practice I created for you today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more videos coming soon. I have a lot of good ideas, good yoga videos planned for you. So stay tuned, and I'll see you next time.